Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. I hope you guys are having an amazing Saturday. I am not going to keep you guys along on this Saturday only because it's Saturday. And sorry, I am late. So I was initially supposed to have this last night, but then my kids was like, I want to watch the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. So we kind of chilled last night and did that. And then Saturdays, the weekends, I'm a mommy. Even though I'm a mommy, Monday through Friday, I'm dealing with school and work and all that other stuff. I kind of do everything house-wise, shopping-wise on the weekend. So I've been up and at it. Um, and so I'm probably gonna end up editing this out because this has nothing to do with anything. But as y'all see, this is True Crime Saturday. And I think I might do it on Saturdays. I'm not sure. Between Fridays and Saturdays, it just depends on exactly what I'm doing. I have a lot of stuff that I am into, so I'll be all over the place. But like I said, I do want to start this type of podcast and make sure that it is on a consistent basis. Hey, Curly Cookie. Hey, Mamiana plus three. Let's see. Just kind of go through here. Wonder Woman, that's crazy. I know the family. I know the family. This case was really sad, but if Cassandra Diggs, the Weber family is notorious for this kind of stuff. Oh, what? Oh my gosh. Hey, Stacy. I hope your week is A1. It's been going. It's been going. I tell you, I need a vacation. uh, I need a vacation between kids' school, and I love being on a cruise, but because a cruise, I didn't have no kids. I didn't have, I just had the Wi-Fi, but I didn't have access to well, people could call me. It was just when I say that was the most peaceful vacation I had. I would love to go again. I need just that. Yes, it's Saturday, and that was the fights were fighting. That very first fight, though, it was Barrios and Ramos. Boy, I was like, when Ramos picked dude up and carried him to the corner and hunched up, I was like, what mess is this? And then Serena, oh my gosh, they cheated my girl. They cheated her. They cheated her. They cheated her. I don't understand how that happened. And then what was that other fight with oh my gosh, and it was really, really, really good. I forgot their names already. I forgot their names already. Oh no, I'm thinking about nope. That was Barrios. Anywho's, I gotta go back. The very first fight wasn't Barrios. I think Barrios was the one with Ramos, and they were good. It was Goyat and whoever that dude is. Yes, so the Indian fighter, that was wild what he did. That I got them confused. So yeah, Goyat and I forgot what the other dude's name is. He picked up the other dude, carried him to the corner, and then hunched him. I was like that was just disrespectful. Disrespectful. But that was good. But staying back on topic, Wonder Woman. Yes, I lived in Vacaville since 1984, and that's crazy. I remember seeing this on the news briefly in Texas, but that was it. I didn't see anything else other than that. Family is originally from Oak Park. Ooh, y'all know some stuff. Definitely K's. The brothers were all messed up. I'm like, man, was it the brothers like the Menendez brothers? I'm real interested in the Menendez brothers. The fact that it was live stream is crazier. And that's what you think. So I did see like on the dockets, and you know what? While I'm sitting here talking, I need to bring up. So like when I was looking at the court docket, there was two requests from the court ordering like a mental evaluation of Raymond. So I'm like, there got to be some type of psychological stuff out there. Like, you did this on live stream for thousands, if not millions of people to see. And even his mugshot, it's just like, dude, he's just staring into blank space. I don't think he was all there at all. Let's see. Mommy says the fact that the kids were in the house was oh, what? I didn't know the kids were in the house. I get you. Mhm. Mhm. What's up, Gold Digger? What's up? What's up? Okay. Yes. Another brother is in jail for. Oh, what? Oh yeah, I really have to look. I really have to look. Yeah, don't forget to share and subscribe this video. And if you are interested in joining, definitely join because I am, if y'all know, my True Crime Saturday or podcast has Tristan Dorsey in there, and I am working on paperwork from the court. And so I am only going to release that information to my members, level 2 members. So just make sure if you're not level 2, you get to level 2 because that is going to be some exclusive documentation that I strongly feel my members deserve. All right, let's see. They said he had been diagnosed with schizophrenia. Ugh. Shady P is in jail for unaliving, and Uzi Marcus was in jail for unaliving for a what? But ended up beating the case. He's now back in. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at this. And I kind of and here's and I okay, so I've done some digging, and so was he in the military or possibly stationed in North Carolina? Because if so, he has some cases in North Carolina, and I wasn't too sure because I had to stop and do some work, but I'm assuming he got some cases, not just in California, but PTSD from military, but BS. Then he wrote 160. What about the life inside the county jail? Yeah, my boy, you're not incompetent. He's playing. Ooh, so now I need to go back because when I searched on my and I'm sorry, drinking my Coca Mexicana. Mm. When I searched my records system, it showed some filings from North Carolina, but I need to go back and confirm that's him because if so, then we're definitely gonna have to do a part 2. But yeah, so him and Tristan is something that we're definitely gonna be looking into because these are some I don't about that part. Gotcha. He got off with his brother and with the this is crazy. Um So what I want to start with, let's see. Trying to figure out if I want to how I want to do this. Okay. I'm gonna pull up the article. Now here's what in the world? Okay, this is the reporter. Okay, here's the thing. The reason why, and I'm gonna pull up my legal talk screen. Okay. The reason why this is not being broadcast is because they sealed the records. They haven't allowed anybody, even the media, to just go into the courtroom to to record this. Okay, it's very. I don't want to say hush mouth. That's not what I want to say. But they're being very inclusive about the information that goes outside of the courtroom. Um, and believe it or not, the trial has been pushed back like several times. And mind you, we was going through the pandemic and all that other good stuff in between. But these let me see. I think it is scheduled for the 22nd. So November 22nd is when they are having the hearing. Either the 21st or the 22nd is they're actually having trial. Um I'm gonna keep an update or a lookout on the court dockets to see. I hope they don't reset it. I hope they don't reset it, but we shall see. All right, so I'm going to pull up this article. This is the first one that says, let me just do the tab and I'll read it to you guys on this one. I don't like the way how it shows on the screen, but that's okay. All right, so I read it to you guys, and I have to put my watermark a little bit darker on here because people have been using and not giving credit. That's crazy. Let me see what I stopped off. And I'll read your comments and then I'll read the article. Mommy said, look into Jalik, sack rapper turned blogger. She's all over YouTube. She's Izzy Marcus' baby mother. He even tried to, oh my gosh, I don't know none of these people. I'm like, outside of this, I don't know none of these people. I'm gonna go back. Can I? Okay. I'm gonna see about that. I'm gonna just go back and watch this and get that information and write it down. Um, this family is crazy. Okay, so I'm assuming that all of them. That's what I need to do. Do a family tree and then investigate each one. Oh my gosh, Kelly, really? Oh my gosh. Yeah, us locally too wanted the status. Oh my gosh, Kelly. What? You have to have like when I be going to scenes even out here in Dallas and I see the crime unit scene come out, that is just like on a whole nother different level. So you have to, oh my gosh, so very much happening in that apartment. I can only imagine. And we're going to see because I am going to play a few things on here and then we're going to look at his court docket. I wonder if the courtroom open. What I might do for you, Tiffany, is I might call them and ask to see if, if I don't want to say anybody, but I'm gonna say, if a paralegal is able to go into the courtroom, and then I'll get back with you on that one. Wow, Kelly, I'm sorry. That yes, very traumatizing. I know that was traumatizing. And for her to be now, is your daughter like part of the crime scene unit, or she was just there to clean that? Hey, Flores, how you doing? I live here in. Oh, okay. So, those who live in that area, have y'all heard anything? Cold digger, yes, it was so gruesome. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's get into this. So this article was published in 2023 and I'm going to show you guys a video that Tiffany did send me to kind of go over. I was going to go look for the actual video, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And I'm pretty sure that they probably scrapped that from the internet, but it's somebody who is describing the events that took place. And so we're going to look at that. And then we're also going to look at the news channels, what they reported, and then we're going to get into reading his court docket to see what has been going on in that case. When I tell y'all that court docket is crazy, it is crazy. A lot of things have been done since this happened. But anywho's, so during this process, he was in jail. Two psychologists have been assigned to assess the sanity or insanity of a defendant charged with January 2021 unaliving of two women, one of them a minor in a Vacaville apartment, then live streaming the aftermath. And y'all, when I was doing this research, and I believe it was on Reddit or something else, I was reading the comments, and somebody was, I believe that their daughter was friends with the minor that was unalived. I was like, what? Why it's just like, why was the minor even there? But it's gonna blow y'all mind. All right, so Raymond Michael Weber faced a trial setting and the appointment of a doctor on Thursday. Now this report was done in 2003. um and the appointment of a doctor Thursday in Department 1, but the judge, Jeffrey C. Kaufman, rescheduled the setting until 9 a.m. January 11th, when the two psychiatrists are set to testify, one for the defense and the other one for the prosecution. Justine Skull Mullinger, a Soledad-based licensed clinical psychologist and founder of the president of the Forensic Psychological Consultants of Northern California, Inc., will testify for the defense, which is led by Tim A. Priory and co counsel Leslie Prince. Weber's case, with its double unaliving charge and other alleged aggravating factors, is one of the special circumstances, meaning his actions were carried out with a high disregard for human life, prosecutors say. Weber, if convicted at trial, is eligible for life in prison without the possibility of parole or the unaliving penalty. Thus, he is accorded by law uh two defense so what they're saying is he is allowed two defense attorneys. Oh my gosh, just trying to be an attorney on this case is wild. It is. um Robert Wagner, who is a psychologist in Dixon, will testify for the prosecution, led by Deputy District Attorney Eric Charm, who has not formally indicted that he will seek capital punishment in the case. Likely to surface during the psychologist's pending testimony will be a defense inquiry about whether Weber may have suffered from a mental defect or disease at the time of the alleged crime and did not know the nature and quality of his acts, and that he did not understand right from wrong because of the mental defect or disease. It is commonly referred to as the Nacton Rule, which is named after Daniel M. Nacton, who in 1843 was acquitted of unaliving Edward Drummond. McNacton mistook him for British Prime Minister Robert Peel. During the morning hearing, Kaufman also indicated that the two psychologists would have access to Weber's jail medical and psychiatric records and be allowed to bring their personal laptop to the Stratton Correctional Facility, where Weber is housed, to complete their evaluations. The judge also confirmed that the attorneys would return at 9 a.m. on December 11th for a motion. Now, this is 2023. Shackled at the wrist and clad in his striped jumpsuit, his dreadlocks falling past his shoulders, Weber showed no outward reaction to any statements but rocked back and forth in his chair at the defense table during the proceeding, which lasted about 10 minutes in the Justice Center in Fairfield. You know what? He's in court, he's putting on a show, in my opinion. Like, you rock it back and forth like something is wrong with you. You showing no reaction like something's mentally wrong with you. To me, he's putting on a show. I believe that he's putting on a show. Weber is accused of unaliving or pow-powing and unaliving Savannah uh T-Bird. I'm so sorry if I messed up her name, who was 27 at the time, which ties to Utah and Georgia, and a 15-year-old girl from Elk Grove during the early hours of January 30th in an apartment in the 500 block of Rocky Hill Road. During a July preliminary hearing, Vacaville police officers testified that Weber was a human trafficker who used romance to recruit a victim and keep them in the line with violence, likening their relationship to modern day slavery. Detective Steve Gunderson testified that he spoke with the mother of the slain teenager before she was unalived, saying that she had earlier tried to stop the driver of a black sedan, whom she described as a light-skinned African American male with dreadlocks of black and brown hair, from driving away with her daughter. He said the girl's cell phone was tracked to the Oxford Suites, Ronert Park Hotel. Another investigator obtained a receipt from the hotel shows that uh, Theberge had registered using her credit card. Additionally, investigators obtained hotel surveillance video footage from January 23rd, 2021, showing Weber standing outside the elevator. Video from the early morning hours of January 24th, showing Weber and the girl, and more footage showing Theberge outside the hotel room. Gunderson also said that there was evidence that Theberge had checked in the Super 8 motel in Hayward on January 24th and through the 26th. And Charm showed Gunderson still images from surveillance cameras showing that Theberge at the Foothill Boulevard Motel. They're at a lot of motels. As previously reported, earlier testimony included that of Michaela McLeeb of 19, who is a cousin of Weber, who told her mother that Weber was, oh my God, raping a young woman hours before he pow-powed and unalived her and Thurberge. McCaleb's relationship with Weber changed suddenly when he accused her of giving a cell phone to the teenage girl on January 29th. Angered so much, he began choking McCaleb. At that time she was 17, which frightened her. She told Charm, "I knew something was terribly, terribly wrong." So you told your mom. I would have told. Why did you tell the police? Vacaville Police Sergeant Eric Watts, Charm's lead investigator, during the hearing testified that he was called to the Rocky Hill Veteran Apartments shortly after 12:40 a.m. 911 call on January 30th. Watts said his investigation revealed Weber had accused the two females of turning on him and that he had paced around the apartment with a pow pow in his hand. The sergeant confirmed that police responded to the apartment complex shortly after 12:40 a.m. when a woman reported that a man armed with a handgun was live streaming from an apartment where two women, not moving, were lying on the floor. Upon their arrival, police said the man, later identified as Weber, had barricaded himself inside. SWAT and critical incident negotiation teams were deployed. Negotiations were unsuccessful. Neighbors were evacuated in flashbangs and CS gas, a powder that, when mixed with a solvent, becomes an aerosol and tear gas, when then discharged into the apartment. Officers found Weber hiding there and, following a brief struggle, shot him with a taser to bring him under control. He was arrested at 8:32 a.m. Judge Kaufman has noted that Weber was convicted in a 2006 of assault with a firearm and in 2016 of unlawful possession of a controlled substance while armed, both in Sacramento, and both were felonies. Weber also faces charges of DV and making terroristic threats, both cited in an out of county warrant. And I think I pulled that up and seen that. Okay, that's that's wild. Okay, I'm going to, let me see. I want to pull up this YouTube video so we can take a look. Now, this person is a little I think they probably use like one of those AI bots or somebody to actually tell the story, but bear with me. All right, and if you do want to check this out on YouTube, you can. Hold up. I'm typing it into YouTube right now. Instagram. And it's crazy because this is not the first, time that we have heard somebody actually going on social media, whether it's YouTube, Facebook Live, IG Live, Snapchat, to actually do some harmful stuff. It's very disturbing that people just feel comfortable doing that. So before I get into, hold on, I'm gonna share my screen and then we'll let me see where I stopped with the comments. Comments. Okay. She worked for Serve Pro. Oh. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know why they this I'm pretty sure everybody wanted to see that he was brought to justice. I don't know why they kept y'all in the dark. Those girls definitely not only ones involved. Oh. Ooh. New people that lived in the apartments. Oh wow. The minor was kidnapped from a sack and listed as a runaway. What? Jalik is all around these men. Thank you for. You're so welcome, Tiffany. You are very welcome. He should be a Yes, he should be a special circumstance. Yeah, don't forget to show some love, y'all. Hit them likes, hit them likes. He said many times on a live stream that his brothers were trying to set him up, and that's what led to his actions. Oh, so he had a sense of paranoia. That's what it is. He had a sense of paranoia. He was visibly, because y'all know when you do drugs, not I don't know because I'm not a user, but some people get extremely paranoid, especially when they're doing something wrong and then they ingest themselves with, you know, narcotics or whatever the case, and then they start getting paranoid. Watching the live stream, he has no regard to anything. The way he was talking about them with them, like, oh my gosh, that is, oh my gosh, laying in the background, he's definitely putting on a show. Exactly. Sorry, this was one ex wished used more than a taser. Okay, I was like, y'all be, y'all they be confused. Not the first time he was charged. That's why I'm gonna pull that North Carolina case and see. Because at first I was spelling his name wrong, and then I realized that it was with one B, and I was like, oh, that's when records started popping up. So I might do a court docket thing on him once I gather all of his information. She had a little boy. Oh man, exactly. Should have ever been out at all. And sometimes the justice system fails. From Utah, had a 4-year-old son. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. If trafficking, can federals get it? Well, okay. So if it's trafficking across state lines, like if they were in California and he went to Utah, and then they traveled to North Carolina, if he's crossing state lines with them, then that would be considered on a federal level. Yeah, I know some of the officers, they were very disturbed by this. Like most of us would be. That's true. Um, I would have to have some psychological or a therapist after all of this. Oh my gosh, I gotta look because this man, yeah, he looked like he's always been a menace. He assaulted the woman on video when, oh my gosh, ugh, $2. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat, Tiffany. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, he thought the brother sent the girls. That's why. Oh, gotcha. He was adding people to the live, talking to them the whole time. Bro, how you killed a P on live talking? What? This is one of the first cases that was live streamed that I knew of. The 27-year-old was from Utah. I'm not sure if this is accurate, but it was said that the adult female was his girlfriend. That's what I seen. That is exactly what I seen. And they in one article it said that she was his fiance. So I was like, "Wait, what?" And so I'm thinking, did both of you guys pick up the young girl being trafficked? Yeah, that's the story that I was thinking. but I was like, I ain't gonna say too much until I know all the facts. Till I knew all the facts. He brought her here from Utah. That family is reckless. Yes, thank you all for supporting. Let's see. He kept a chain and smoked a cigarette, saying they're trying to get him. Ooh, okay. So let's get into this. You know what? Let me take. I don't need this overlay just yet. I'll just hide that so we all can see this. Hold on, I want to make sure that I have the tab that where y'all can hear because I don't want y'all to be. Okay, there we go. All right. So I'm gonna play this one. This is the one that Tiffany sent.
There was a brief struggle, but the police managed to tase and subdue him.
And it's creepy. It's shout out to I forgot who this person was, but this YouTube person.
This year, a truly disturbing video circulated around the internet. Just after midnight on the 31st of January 2021, in Vacaville, California, the police in the local area received a phone call. The caller said that his male neighbor was live streaming on Instagram, and that this man in question was brandishing a gun and showing the bodies of two females lying on the floor. The caller said that the bodies were completely motionless and that he believed the women to be dead. The person who was live streaming this sickening display was a 29-year-old man named Raymond Weber. Raymond was well known to the police, as he had had multiple previous run-ins with the law. In 2006, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison after pleading no contest to a felony assault. Then in May of 2014, he served 90 days in jail for a probation violation. Then again in 2014, in September, he was sentenced to 6 months probation after pleading no contest to a second-degree felony assault. At the time he was live streaming this video, he was already wanted by the police for numerous felonies, including pistol whipping a man. The police quickly arrived to the building where Raymond was located at around 12:42 a.m. They knocked on the door and demanded for him to come out of the property. Raymond refused. Instead, he decided to barricade himself inside with the two dead bodies, and told the police he would not surrender. The standoff was underway, which lasted for just shy of 8 hours. Raymond rejected all negotiations with the SWAT team, refusing to comply with any demands. So, it left them no choice. The police quickly evacuated all nearby residents, as they prepared a plan to get Raymond out of the building. Once the nearby apartments were evacuated, the police began to set off chemicals in hopes he would surrender. He didn't, but this gave the police an opportunity to get inside the apartment. There was a brief struggle, but the police managed to tase and subdue him. The arrest took place at around 8:32 a.m. The police did not know the identities of the two women in the apartment at this point. However, a woman who watched the live stream recognized the tattoos of one of the victims, and she knew her identity. She recognized the victim because the girl laying dead in the stream was her daughter. During the live stream,
I had to pause that. That is sad, and it is a horrible way to find out that your child has been unalived. That is wild.
Raymond is sitting down squatting with an unlit cigarette in his mouth, and he casually asks himself where a lighter is. And he does this as two women lay dead on the floor right next to him. This, to me, just shows how little he cared about what he had done to these.
Wait, yeah, is this a bunk bed right here? Why is that? I don't know. I can't tell. That looks like a bunk bed. Why is there a bunk bed there? Mm.
Women. In Raymond's hands, you can also see a pistol. He is looking and talking into the camera with very wide eyes, whispering that this is the last time that anyone will see him on Instagram. And then he tells people to pray for him as he points the gun to the camera. He then rambles on about how the two women had tried to set him up, and he accuses his brother, who is a local rapper, and another person of trying to have him killed. He whispers to the camera again, saying, "They tried to set me up. They tried to have me killed. This is what happens to you." While he is saying this, he grabs one of the victim's arms and begins to flail their arm around. He then tells the dead bodies to shut their eyes while trying to close their eyelids. It's clear that he is either insane, under the influence of something, or both. He then picks up the camera, and this is when the video gets incredibly disturbing. He shows the chilling sight of what he has done. The women are laying on their backs, and they appear to be badly beaten, and there is blood all around them. And on one of the women, there is clear evidence that he had ejaculated on her body too. The mother of one of the victims said her daughter lived in Utah until recently, and she had got engaged to Raymond and moved with him to California. The two of them were living in the apartment where she was killed, and the apartment was a special complex for Army veterans, which Raymond was. The victim, who had been identified by her mother, was Savannah Thurberge. Savannah was a 26-year-old woman and a mother to a 4-year-old boy, which is heartbreaking to think that this poor boy is now left without a mother, and it will be so damaging to him when he grows up and learns of his mother's fate. The other victim in this case was a 15-year-old girl. She has not been identified, as the family wish to keep her anonymous for the time being. So, if you do know her identity, please respect the family's wishes and do not post it in the comments. The police believe that human trafficking could have been a possibility here, and that the 15-year-old was more than likely groomed. The final moments of Savannah and the 15-year-old girl must have been absolutely terrifying. In this case, nothing short from the court hearings that have taken place so far. It has come out that Raymond shot these poor women in the head after beating and raping them. To see your daughter laying dead on the floor, battered and bruised next to the monster who was responsible for taking her life, as he brags about what he has done on a live stream, must be one of the most heartbreaking things a mother could ever experience. And I can't imagine the pain it must have caused her, and my heart goes out to this poor woman and what she had to see. She spoke to a news station and she gave a statement which I will play now.
Just how much I love her, and how much she means to me, and I just wish I could hold her one more time.
Savannah had only just called her mother a week before she was killed and showed her the ring that Raymond had got her. Although Savannah's mother, Taylor, said that she was worried for her daughter's well-being, as she had a history with Raymond, and the experience was a bad one. Raymond was also arrested in 2014 in connection to the death of his girlfriend at the time. On the 3rd of April 2014, the Sacramento Police Department asked for the public's assistance in finding Weber and his younger brother, who was named Anton. Anton Weber was only 16 years old at the time when he shot and killed Raymond's girlfriend, Nicole Duarte, by shooting her in the face. Raymond was wanted for questioning, as he was believed to have been there at the crime scene. Antoine pleaded a no contest to voluntary manslaughter in 2014, and the records show that he is in California State Prison, where he will be eligible for parole in 2028. Raymond's other brother, Uzi Marcus,
And I stopped it here, but why does Anton look like he has like a little smirk? Like both of them, it's just they look creepy. It's like no remorse, no emotion, nothing. Now, I here's the thing. My ex-husband was an army veteran. He served in Iraq and Afghanistan, and he went to Bosnia prior to that. But Iraq really messed him up. He had PTSD, like he and several other things, and I really had to push for him to get the assistance that he needed, but I had to stay on top of the VA because the VA did the bare minimum. But it is still no excuse for what he did, but those men and women, especially the men, come back totally, totally messed up. Um, I don't know too much as far as where, what branch Rebel was in or where he served. I am going to find that out, but at the end of the day, it's no excuse. Like you're competent, you made a plan to do these things and you did it, you executed. Now, as far as Anton, like, and then the crazy thing is, this is not your first time unaliving somebody. Like, I understand if he served in Iraq, that's a whole different story, but you are back home. It's crazy. All right, so let's get back into it.
the local rapper who he threatened to kill in the video, was also involved in a shooting, which resulted in the death of a 3-year-old child who was asleep in a car in 2012, although he claims he had nothing to do with it. The video involving Raymond and the two women can still be found online, and it was even on YouTube for longer than it should have been. But the full version can only be found on dark subscription sites that specialize in gore and extreme content, but I couldn't find it anywhere for free. I did, however, find a couple of clips that showed what this monster did, and that was more than enough for me. What hits hard about this case is the way he so nonchalantly is sitting in a room with the two people he had killed, and one of them just being a 15-year-old girl. The lack of care he displays while being in the presence of dead bodies is frightening. Both victims were incredibly young, but something about a teenager or somebody even younger being murdered always hits that bit harder. It's a deeply disturbing video, so I do warn you if you do decide to watch it. The circumstances in this case make Raymond eligible for either the death penalty or life in prison without parole if he is convicted. I am always conflicted as to which punishment is most fitting for a criminal who committed acts such as this. Both don't seem like enough. I will do my best to keep you all updated with this case, and I'll see you next Friday with a new video.
Boy, that music didn't make it no better because that was scary. Child, we might, man, yes. All right. So I think for my true crime podcast, it is just going to be, well, not just going to be, I want to focus on these two, Tristan and this dude here first, and then get everything, and then we can move on because there's is a lot to unpack with this individual, Mr. Raymond Weber. Um you guys just heard it, it's very disturbing what Raymond did, and to know what his other family members did, that's wild. Let me go to the comments and then I'll go and show. Well, you know what? I could show this right quick. Thank y'all for tuning in with me on this Saturday. So I'm just gonna pull up his records there. Let me see. Can I blow this up? Yeah, so you guys could see. And I'll look at the comments right quick. Yes, mommy, if the military experience definitely and heightened whatever crazy mental issue that Raymond had. You're right about the VA. I have an uncle that fought in Vietnam, and I promise that man, I'm not at all the way there. Oh, yeah. That won't even help him get a nurse. Yeah, it is bad. I think that the soldiers definitely should have some type of they should have more help than what the VA offers. But I mean, this is the Department of Veteran Affairs. Like, what are y'all doing in the government? Um Yes, the whole family is a mess. It's crazy. If you look up Jalik and Uzi Marcus, you will see her in the ambulance saying, "Oh my gosh, he had kidnapped their kids and she went to get." Yes, at this point. I'm invested. Sorry, it just bothers me since this happened, we couldn't get updates after preliminary hearing. Yeah, and it's sad, but hopefully this will shed light on everything. So here is the as you can see, so we have two. The first one, it shows, oh no, I'm lying. Okay, so we're gonna go to the 2001. Let's do that. So this is, if you guys can see it, he has two counts of unaliving in the first degree, one count of human trafficking, one count of possession of a firearm, which is a felony, and then another count of human trafficking. So this one is depriving a person of their liberty. So I'm not sure to which victim that applied to, but either way, he pretty much got two counts of human trafficking, and then a firearm possession and unaliving in the first degree. Then it shows on, yeah, this is him again. Um, it shows September 6th, 2023. Intimidate witness or oh, it says he tried to intimidate. Oh, I gotta do that update on Diddy because Diddy done did some stupid stuff too. But intimidating witness or victim, assaulted a person with a semi-auto firearm, and oh, that's where he did the where he assaulted that person. I think I know what they're talking about. So this is an injury to either spouse, cohabitant, or a person that they're dating. Hmm, that's interesting. All right, so that is that. So we're going to, I'm gonna give y'all an, let me switch my screens because I forgot I'm in totally different browser. So now we're gonna look at the court docket. All right, so here, the people versus Raymond Michael Weber. It says the hearing is scheduled. Oh, never mind. Trial setting. There we go. Trial setting is for November 21st. November 21st. Y'all, I want y'all to look. This ain't what I want y'all to look at. Where's the, hold that. When I say they have, oh, they have an enhancement. Hold on. I don't even know where to start. This is other that was filed on. Hold on, let me see if I can, if y'all can see this. So we have the unaliving, conviction of two counts of unaliving, unaliving to avoid, engaged in robbery, grape, discharge of firearm, prior felony, conviction, count two, unaliving, enhancement, conviction of two plus counts of unaliving, unaliving to avoid prevent arrest. Oh my gosh. Can y'all still see? Because I don't see it on my screen. But hopefully, I hope y'all can still see it. Um, count two, backdoor penetration. Also engaged in robbery or grape. discharge of firearm, prior felony conviction. So that's count 2. Count 3, felony of a firearm, possessing a firearm. And it says he had 2 priors. Then another, it says prior felony conviction. Count 4, human trafficking, prior felony conviction. Count 5, human trafficking, depriving personal liberty. And then the enhancement, prior felony conviction. This is crazy. I hate that I can't see it on my screen. Hold up. I'm just going to replace it so I can see it again. Because I try to look on here. He said, "Oh, he's a demon." Yes. When they say he was on demon time for real, he needs to be put away. I do not believe in the unaliving penalty, but for some crimes that are brutal, and I don't have a heaven or hell to put anybody in, but when I feel like these crimes are brutal, like what he did to these women with no regard, especially a teenager. Like I have a child that is 16. He's a male, but I fear for any kid. Any kid. I can only imagine him and okay, him and didn't need to be in the same cell. That's crazy. So this dude have 5 counts with enhancements. 5 counts with enhancements. Who are they trying to appeal? So felony other filed on July 31st, 2023. And then it says other appeal felony other file. I need to figure out what that is. All right. So obviously there are no other. These are all his aliases. Zeno, Tiamo, Bad Zeno. I was like, I've never heard of this man before in my life. These are his aliases. Mm. All right. These are, oh yeah, this is what I want to show you guys too. So this is going all the way back. I don't know. I need to see what they are appealing. Oh, so this is interesting. So he filed a petition for a writ of mandamus or oh wait, hold up. Why am I thinking of that? Hold on. I'm getting it. I don't know why I just got confused with the habeas corpus. So a writ of mandamus is a court order that requires a government official or entity to perform a legal duty or refrain from an illegal act. To correct a public record, to compel a lower court to enforce an appellate court's judgment, to prevent a lower court from blocking the enforcement of a higher court's judgment, to compel a lower court to release a boat that has nothing to do with it, or to compel the issuance of a bench warrant. Um, a writ of mandamus is considered an extraordinary remedy that should only be used in exceptional circumstances. I don't see why this was filed. I need to figure out exactly why this was filed, and I could get into that. Um, but all right, so here, when it happened, as you can see, you see that the media requested coverage, right? And I have since learned that they deny only that they cannot go into the courtroom and actually film or live stream. They can only do still images, just like in federal court. If y'all see, we never see what's going on in Diddy case. We only see sketches. And so those are still images. That's the only thing that you can do. So the media has been trying to get coverage on this. And that's why we don't see it, because the court said, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Um, let me see. What did I want to show you guys? All right. Motion to compel, order media coverage, a list of DA, list of defense, list of court, minute record. All right, so the news ended up getting some information. What did I want to show you guys? Doctor. Okay, so here are the psychiatrists, Dr. Skullmolinger and Dr. Wagner. Um, Notice in camera review of victim witnesses' phone records. So I'm assuming that those who called 911, they obtained those records as well. I understand why they did that. Motion document, other amended motion for relevant discovery under the Racial Justice Act in response to prosecutors' oppositions. So I sure hope this ain't what I'm thinking, that they filed a motion. It says a motion for relevant discovery. So they're asking for discovery, but it says under the Racial Justice Act. I hope they don't think that this is a race thing. That this ain't no race thing. I don't care what color you are. You brutally unalived, not once, not twice, but a few times in your life. You need to be under the jail. What? Subpoenas for victims and witness phone records. Show cause correctional health care services. So remember, they was trying to determine whether or not he was sane or insane. So they also need to get the records from the um the correctional facility that he's in. And I'm pretty sure this dude probably putting on the show in the correctional facility only so he can uh correlate with his case of him not being all the way there. Oh my gosh. Hold up. Hold up. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I'm going through the comments. I'm going through the comments. I might drop the link. Hold up, cuz I want some news. Yet some news some on yes, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's up to the feds, but I mean it's 2024 and the feds haven't picked it up. Maybe they don't have a probable cause for it to go to a federal court. And that's why. Wow, now you know if you have all them aliases. Okay, exactly. I don't know if those was a rap name or whatever. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Gold Digger, for putting that out there. The link not letting my daughter join. Hopefully that's her that joined. He was gimping. The 15-year-old was advertised on. Oh, yeah, and here that's my thing. So in the article that we read, there were like several hotels that the 27-year-old booked. And I'm not putting this on her, but who's to say that she was in cahoots with him helping obtain these young women? I'm just saying if she's putting like you do have a part in this if you are purchasing these hotel rooms with your credit card. Obviously, he couldn't do it cuz they was looking for him. But this was traumatic to all of us locally. I can only imagine. Oh, Marissa, I'm going to let me see, can I do this? This is my first time like doing this, so I don't know. Hold up, because I haven't let anybody up. So this is the link if you want to come up because I am very interested. I know it's still going on. But oh my gosh. Welcome, 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 welcome. Aw. Everybody welcome Marissa. Oh my gosh. Yes, I can only imagine. You have to have a certain level of like, I can sit here and watch scary movies, gory movies, all this other stuff. But if I see this in real life, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's totally different. It is totally different. I'll be mad if he plays race card. Exactly. This is not a race card thing. Unfortunately, you you did this. I mean, it's no other way around it. It's no other way around it at all. And yes, and then he wrote a book. Maybe we should call the local assembly members. That's interesting. He was very violent. The DV case was on her. Oh, okay. Wasn't Savannah also on the sites as well? That's what I'm saying. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Heavy, what's up? What is up? So yeah, so Marissa, if you feel comfortable, coming up and kind of explaining everything. If not, that is totally fine. That's totally fine. We're just here to talk, and I'm here to shed light on this, so that way it will never go to waste. You guys do have a right to, know exactly what's going on with this case. All right, so looking at this, so victim witness records, their phone records, correctional health services, sheriff office records. Motion to set aside the information, demur, and motion to dismiss counts. Oh, so they're trying to dismiss counts 4 and 5 due to the lack of venue. So hold on, let's go back and see. I forgot what the counts were. Hold on. Counts 4. So they're trying to get the human trafficking the I can't even talk. The human trafficking counts dismissed due to the lack of venue. Um Hold on. Somebody text me. Yeah. So, anywho's, they're trying to get this counts 4 and 5 of human trafficking. They're trying to get this dismissed due to lack of venue. And so, pretty much what they're just saying is that these counts can't be heard in this particular court. Like they're in the wrong court or the wrong district, so they shouldn't even be heard. Nah, bruh. Nah, 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 nah. And I understand that, and you have to make sure because you can actually get your whole case dismissed um, if you do have it in the wrong venue. Let me see. And so the people motion to quash defendant subpoenas for victims. Why do they want the victims and phone records? And so what I'm thinking, so they filed a motion, and this would be the defense attorney. So the defense attorney filed a motion to obtain the victims and witnesses' phone records. The state filed a opposition to that saying no, you can't, well, not you can't, but we don't believe that you should have or be able to obtain these records. Now, my thought process is based off of Raymond's doing. Raymond is probably saying that the 27-year-old had much to do with this than he did as far as the human trafficking portion goes, because you see that they're trying to get that dismissed. So they're just like, okay, she had a part in that, and I think that's what they're trying to do, is obtain her records to kind of see what involvement she played in, because we do everything on our phones. We log into the online banking, we search up things, we call, we text. So that can help the defense in regards if they do get their hands on those records. Um, let's see. Subpoena the UC Davis Medical Center declaration, and I wish I had. Now, unfortunately, I tried to get records, but because I don't live in this particular district, I can't get it, unfortunately. I tried other ways. Um, Subpoena correctional healthcare imaging. I'm pretty sure that they probably made that dude do brain scans and everything. They probably looking at that. Um, Uber, Lyft, AT&T Wireless. Oh my gosh! So they sent out subpoenas to Uber, to Lyft, to AT&T Wireless. They trying to get some records. They subpoenaed the AG, the Attorney General's office, the county jail medical records, his inmate records. Oh my gosh. Business records for Lyft, and that's probably their the like how much he spent on Lyft. Because why else would you be using Uber and Lyft? Probably because they didn't have no car, but I would say for other things. Healthcare facilities, subpoena CDCR, California Department of Corrections Rehabilitation. All right, so here's the thing, y'all. Honestly, I don't know if they are going to be ready for trial. I don't think so. If they're just now, so because it usually takes anywhere from 30 to 45 days when you subpoena a company for you to even get the record. So I don't even think they're going to be ready by a couple of days. What I say, the 21st or the 22nd? I honestly I don't see that. So I think this is really going to be pushed again until 2025. I think they're going to reset this. All right, these are things I can't even. Oh, wait, hold up. Ooh, these are like the court docket minutes. I'm sorry, y'all. We're going through all of this. It's from the beginning. So, motion to exclude media coverage and request for hearing regarding the admissibility. So that's what that was. Motion to exclude order on media request to permit coverage. KCRA, Sacramento, Zoom approved, or still photography. So only KCRA at the time got a permit to cover, Zoom approved, or still photography, KXTV. So these are the news channels. And this was 2021 that submitted those requests. That's a news channel. I'm trying to get to the meat and potatoes. Southern County Sheriff Office, doodle-doo-doo. Vacaville Housing Authority. Ooh, they done subpoenaed them. They trying to get every single thing. And that's another question though, because you have to go through background checks when you are getting these anything, whether you rent. Um so I'm very curious, and I understand that he's a veteran, um, but outside of what he done while he was on active duty, he's no longer on active duty, and this dude has a rap sheet. So how did you rent to him with this type of the type of background that he had? That just didn't make sense to me. Notice of motion in motion to exclude media reconsideration. Oh man, so they're saying no, we don't want the media in here. They subpoenaed the Sacramento police, the apartment complex, the sheriff's office, protective order. Y'all look at this. I'm a judge. Records from Elk Grove High School. Oh, that's the high school that the 15-year-old went to. So they subpoena her school records as well. Sealed records. They obtained sealed records from Fresno. I'm assuming in regards to Raymond's case over there. His parole records. They subpoenaed the police department. I don't know, Shutter Santa Rosa. I don't know, no, the Santa Rosa Regional Hospital, the fire department. I don't know what the Kaiser Permanente is. Public defender. He has a public defender? Parole case records. Okay, these are just subpoenas. Trying to see something on these motions. So these are all, so what anytime you see subpoena, they're just requesting records. So I'm just interested as to um what they're requesting, who they're requesting records from. All right, so on 7/14/2021, defendant Weber is present. He had a public defender. He couldn't even afford a lawyer. Um, Tamani Taylor is representing Charm appearing for the people. Additional appearances, Nick Foley tied. Okay, da 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 da. What am I looking at? So Department of Corrections on motion of the defense, matter to be continued. Okay, that ain't nothing. He ain't getting no bail, in which he did not deserve a bail at all. Oh, look at these transcripts. Then he met on 9/1 in modification of protective order to be filed under seal. So that's when, so this case has been sealed. And I can understand because at the same time, there is a minor on the case. And anytime you're dealing with minors, you're not going to be able to obtain any information. I don't care what type of case it is. Then they met again on 10/15/2021. Bail was previously set, so nothing. Okay, motion to amend. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. This man has been in jail since 2021 and he needs to stay where he's at. So they're just really at these hearings, they're just trying to keep the court updated with their progress. And I mean, you have subpoenaed all of these places, so it is going to take some time for them to get the request, review the request to see if there's anything else they got to request. So it's going to take time. So I know we know justice needs to be served, but they do have a process that they have to go through. 2022. I know this man was, he's like, man, what? Y'all keep pushing back my hearing dates. I can hear him now. Nah, bro, you need to sit in there. This man has a public defender. And I don't even think the public defenders really wanted his case. One of the so reading this minute, it's like he had one public defender who didn't want to do it, so he suggested an alternative public defender, but and so if they end up switching, public defenders, then that public defender got to learn this whole case, and then that's going to push back the hearing too. Yeah, there's nothing really exciting in here. I'm just trying to look to see. Let me just scroll. So the last thing that was signed was back on March 2023, and that was an affidavit. So they're still waiting for a lot of stuff. Now, that's not to say that they're not actively working on a case. They're just getting all of these records that they have obtained by subpoena and they're reviewing them. That's it. That's all. Not saying that they're not working on a case. And so Uber, Lyft, and AT&T failed to provide them with documents. I don't think that this, and it says trial setting, and they have to reconvene on the 22nd. They're not going to have no trial. It's going to be continued again because they don't have what they need. Oh, okay. That's all. That's all on that. Um, Sorry, I'm just exiting. Okay, y'all. Let me go through these comments and then we can wrap this up. So the next hearing is on the 22nd of November. So we will see exactly what what the outcome of that hearing is going to be. Yep, he surely was. I have unfortunately have seen an active crime scene. It's definitely shocking. Yeah, seeing that like right in front of your eyes, that's a whole nother different thing on your mental. Oh, she's getting her hairs did. But we'll answer questions if you have them and if she knows. Okay, all right. Marissa said it's definitely not easy job, but I love helping families get a home somewhat back to an okay state. Oh man, my question to you, when you do these type of jobs, how is your mental? Do you do anything? Um, where you have to possibly go speak to a therapist or a psychiatrist based off of the things that you see? Does this affect you in any way? That's my question. Wonder Woman says, I know state congressman Jeremy Mindy, and I think he could help get him federal involvement. Yeah, we need to see if there, because I'm thinking she moved from Utah to California. So what was that? Because if they could prove that, he went to Utah and, he did what he did and trafficked her back to, that's a different story. But I don't see, if there's no connection to that, then I don't see the feds actually getting involved. What wouldn't they know if it's in the wrong court before it goes to court? It depends, but here's the thing with human trafficking is they have to find out. So we know it wasn't, well, from what we can see, we know it wasn't across state lines. So now this comes into the jurisdictions within California. So it's like, okay, did you take her to Los Angeles County, or I don't know the different counties in in California. So if he, trafficked her across the jurisdictional limits within California, then that's a different story. But if it only happened in a certain county, then they wouldn't be able to um bring suit against that charge in that county. So I forgot what county this is. I think Solano. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. That's the county where this case is taking place. But if she was trafficked in Los Angeles County and that's where everything was going down, that would be the wrong court. They would have to do it in Los Angeles instead of Solano. So that's the only reason why. When it comes to this, yeah. So you do have to make sure. That's why when I do these petitions, that's why people be like, paralegals don't know nothing, blase, blase, blase. Once again, we do all the work. But when I am drafting petitions, I have to see where the incident occurred, because if I file it in the wrong court, your case can get dismissed, which will be a win-win for the defendant in this matter. So you do have to pay attention to what court. So each cause of action or each charge in this matter, you have to see exactly where those incidents took place in order for you to ensure that you file it in the correct court. Now, with that being said, that's a possibility that it can go to the district court. So we gonna see about that, because you got to keep going up. We can't just say, well, and the district court, that would be the federal court. But we can see. So if he did traffic them between different counties in California, that could be more of a federal case, and they could do that in district court. Oh, I'm sorry. Curly Cookie says, thanks, Marissa. It takes a special type of person to do that job. That is very correct. It was live streams, so was on a, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it was live streamed, but at the same time, it's like, where did it actually occur? That's what they're going to take into consideration, even though people from all over the world seen it. They're gonna go based off of where the incident occurred. No, he was violent against her too. Yeah, hashtag customers. Glad they're not playing anymore. Exactly. Cali, especially Vacaville, doesn't play about unalivings. That's good. That's good, but I still feel like they're taking, I know it's a lot to unpack because this man has done so much in his lifetime. So they have to make sure that they build a strong enough case against him. He was a cousin. He was a cousin's home. I don't understand that. She wasn't even supposed to be living there. Wait. Who? The 27-year-old? I Oh, and I'm behind on messages. I'm sorry. I think so. Wonder Woman didn't person who had rented an apartment pass away and family members did not leave the apartment if I remember correct. What? Her rent was like $23. I believe it was her father who was the vet living there, but when he passed, they let her stay at the low rated rent. Wait a minute. Okay, cuz based off of what the article stated was that she didn't move there until a certain year. But I was just assuming that uh old dude Raymond is the one who rented the place because he was the veteran. But that makes sense then. Kaiser is a medical facility. Gotcha. Yeah, once arrested, took to Kaiser do pepper spray. Eesh. Oh, gotcha. All right, so oh, do we have to go? Yeah, that's usually what happens because when anytime you get tased, I didn't know this until I did a civil rights petition. There's like little pieces that they have to pick off your body. Yeah, I need to. That's what I'm about to figure out when he was in the military. This trial is going to be very interesting. Most due to public defenders each have exactly 100 cases, and who's in court they get case they don't even know their clients very, and that part a lot of people don't realize when you get a court appointed attorney, they don't know anything about your case until it's time to go to walk into that courtroom, and that's when they will probably review a brief and be like, well, we need to reset, or we need to pass this, because not pass, more like reset the hearing, because they got to do some investigation or research or whatever the case may be. So a public defender, boy's cooked. In the words of my kid, bro is cooked. Well, hopefully I can go to the trial. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure that out on Monday. Yep, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I shared to the FB. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Tiffany. Um, I had no had flew in to visit and got engaged. The Oh, she wasn't living here. Her son was still in Utah. So she only visited. That is crazy. Cause that's why I was when they said fiance, I was like, fiance. So he was probably one of those, or they were talking, online or something like that. No, not apps. Okay. So no, not ad I've seen a lot, yes, but I've also helped a lot of people. That's enough therapy for me. That is awesome. God bless you. God bless, because some of us don't have those skills. And I was telling my son in the car, you'll figure out what your purpose. All our purpose here on earth is to help one another, but we all have different set of skills. And I know that my skill will not be cleaning up a crime scene. Definitely, I don't have the. I thought I did, but I know I don't. Even though I can watch it, I know I don't. So I do commend you for that. Thank you for that. Two counties, Sacramento originally, and final crime in Solano. Yep. I forgot. Yep, it was in Sacramento. Right, one woman, that's what I heard as well. Marissa said, I talk to a lot of families that I have done these types of jobs for, and it's almost a little therapy session for both parts. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Go back up. He was visiting his cousin. Oh, the apartments were new. Mm. And rented hotel. Yeah, and that was the thing. It was the rented hotels. So now my question is, this is not the first time I believe he trafficked. Um, and that's why I need to go and do some more research and find out his records. But this is not the first time he has done this, apparently. It's just the fact that he never got caught doing it. And The hotels, that was a red flag. So I'm like, why are you, first of all, why is she purchasing all these? And I think he baited her. Like, he baited her. He proposed or whatever he did. They came down, they got engaged, whoop de whoop. But it was all for a bigger plan. It was all for a bigger plan. And this is sad. Um, so what, yeah, we're about a minute, not a minute, but an hour and 25 minutes in. I did want to shed light on this. This is not something that is going to go away. This is something that I definitely going to keep you guys up to date. I have marked on my calendar November 21st and just kind of see exactly what's going to be going on. Like I said before, news are not going to pick it up. Only certain news stations that have actually submitted a motion to get information about this. And I'm surprised that TMZ ain't really on this, but I'm sure that there are like plenty of cases out there that are like this, and it is truly sad. But this is definitely one that I'm going to keep up with for a true crime podcast. If I get any more information, I will definitely share it with you guys. Um, Tiffany said because she was visiting and the old DV case was on her, I think he planned to keep. Huh. Okay, so the old DV case was on her. So I wonder how long they known each other then. Because if the previous, so you're saying that they've been together and she moved to Utah, but then she came back? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yes, definitely keep tuning in to these true crime podcasts. And if there's any others that you want me to kind of look at, let me know. Definitely we can kind of discuss this as a whole and continue to shed light on this because I don't want people, it's one thing, I want people to be have some type of peace of mind knowing that some of these crazy people are off the streets, but also give them a sense of knowing that you always have to be aware of your surroundings. Be careful of the people that you engage with and so on and so forth. So it could be helping someone as well. Because human trafficking, a lot of people don't realize it is getting worse by the day. And I do want people to stop thinking that it is the I guess immigrants that are participating in. No, it is people right here born in America that are involved in trafficking in all types of colors. Every ethnicity, race, is there's some crazy person that is involved in trafficking. So it is right up under our nose. So ladies, definitely beware of your surroundings. Be mindful of who you engage with and conversate with. Be mindful of, the places that you go. I even tell my kids, especially if we're going somewhere late at night, don't be hooked on your phones walking to your car. Okay. I'm always peeping, scoping out the scene. Okay. I don't talk to nobody from social media, obviously, because I got a boyfriend. But people DM me and I be worried about these females too. I kid y'all not. The other day I got a text on my phone saying hi. And I'm like, who am I speaking with? And then, this person went typed the whole paragraph. I was like, well, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number. And then they started like talking to me, asking me all these questions. Like, I'm blocking you because I don't know who you are. So it could be women trafficking other women. It's just, it's crazy out here. So hopefully this can shed light on, what we are dealing with in America. But making sure that you are keeping yourself protected, your family protected by any means necessary. Got to stay alert. I exactly. I appreciate you doing this for me. I'm so great. You're so welcome. You are so welcome. Um. All right. So she was asking. Yes. 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 I know when Mr. cleaned up the problem, there were people watching the apartment. This is a very widespread situation. Oh my gosh. He said he got help. He said he got help and she was naive and so thought, oh, yep. And that's one thing about domestic violence as well. But that's a whole nother topic to get into because it's the mental and mindset of those who have been a victim of DV. They're vulnerable and no telling what was happening when she was at home. It's very tragic. It's very tragic. But thank you guys for definitely tuning in. It's very much appreciated. I'm going to see what, hopefully, those records for Tristan can come in, and then I can have another True Crime Saturday next Saturday or Friday, depending on what I'm doing. And then we can go on from there. But if you guys have any cases or cold cases that, we can kind of look up and check out and conversate on, definitely email them to me, or you can message me on my Instagram. It's your fave paralegal underscore Cassandra. And you can actually email if you want to, and that is your fave paralegal period Cassandra at gmail.com. But until then, you guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the replay gang. Thank you for tuning in. Definitely leave your comments below. Remember, guys, I want y'all to be careful out here in these streets. Always stay aware and remain blessed. And I hope you guys have an amazing Saturday. And